What's up, guys? John here, Titan Talk Tuesday. It's been a good start to the week so far, man, and I hope the rest of the week keeps going good for me, for all you guys out there. Hopefully it's going good. I love joining you guys on Titan Talk Tuesday. It means Wednesday is real close. Hump day is here almost. So at that point, we know the weekend's pretty close too as well. So thank you guys for all joining. Keith, how you doing, man? Boys, how you doing? What's up? Big J, the barber's in the house. If you guys are in Tampa, man, this guy will fade you up, line you up completely. I'm going to actually do a segment with Big J, man. Real good dude, real connected. But he cuts hair like no other. That's why I go to him, right? Only the best. So if you're in the Tampa area, hit up Big J, the barber. That's my dude, man, for sure. So, we got a great show for you guys. I'm going to go over the therapy of the week, Titan Complete. Kind of tell the backstory on that, what it is. HRT we're going to go over, and you. So, just some tidbits of HRT. Maybe you guys don't know, maybe you guys do know. Maybe you guys want to chime in and talk about it. We're going to talk about a study on marijuana and childbirth, all right? Because it was pretty interesting when I read this. It's kind of crazy. 3 things that could degrade your immune system, all right? So 3 things that you really want to stay away from so you can make sure that your immune system is working properly. All right, we'll go over those 2 as well. Chicago, out of control. Hometown, man, it's kind of crazy. What up, Jose Santiago? How you doing? A and B, what's going on? Oh, Lindsay McCarthy, how you doing, Lindsay? Nice to see you. All right, we're talking about Sturgis Bike Rally. How many people are there? What's going on there? And the newsletter poll. Dun, dun, dun. We'll talk about that too as well. Plus the events that are coming up for Titan Medical Center. It feels like we're getting back to some sort of normalcy. I've seen some of the COVID rates going down, which is a positive, you know, and seeing all that, that's a great thing. So let's get into it. All right, so let's talk about this. So Titan Complete. Titan Complete is the therapy of the week. So Titan Complete is one of my favorites, right? It's one of the staples here at Titan Medical Center. So it's one of the top vitamin amino acid injectable therapies we have. One of the reasons is it works great, and it has a great combination of ingredients of vitamins and amino acids. So what is in Titan Complete that makes it so good? And Titan Complete is the predecessor to Tighten Up. So Tighten Up is kind of the same, but Titan Complete has more than Tighten Up has in it as far as ingredient-wise. And let's talk about what's in it. So it has MIC, methionine, inositol, choline, right? Has your B complex in there, right? Your B vitamins. Also has B12 in there. A lot of people know that vitamin. It also has all 3 branched chain amino acids. What's up, Williamson? How you doing, man? So it has L-carnitine, finally. So you're talking about MIC, which is 3 ingredients in itself. You're talking about B complex, which is 5 to 6, right? Vitamins right there. B vitamins. And you're talking about 3 branched chain amino acids. Leucine, isoleucine, valine, and then L-carnitine. So, branched chain amino acids. Let's talk about branched chain amino acids because, you know, that it's essential for the body. These are essential amino acids. And what does essential amino acids mean to you? So, what it means is that your body cannot produce this thing. You have to find essential amino acids from an outside source. Now, this outside source can be a number of different things. The first thing you should look at is your nutrition. So nutrition's a key for all these different things that we need nutrient-wise. And a lot of people, like me or you, and a lot of people else out there, can't get everything they need through their food source. And that's because food sources the way they are these days, not enough time in the day, working, can't keep track. There's a number of different reasons why you're not getting proper nutrition today. And that's why supplementation's out there. So when we talk about supplementation, we talk about some of the different ways you can get supplementation other than eating, because nutrition is number 1. And everybody goes after me right afterwards, you can get all this from nutrition from your food. Yes, you can, of course. So why are you taking those supplements from GNC? That's my first question to these guys. Because I see them scooping in the million powders. I go to their page and see their brand rep or something like that. I'm like, well, so why are you taking this for? You should get this off your nutrition, right? So here's the facts. So with nutrition, you got to get it from an outside source. The outside source, like I said, could be food. But other things. So over-the-counter supplements. And that's the first thing that usually people go after because it's readily available. So people walk into a big box, vitamin amino acid store or supplement store. and they say, I want to get this, I'm looking for these different things, and then they get something. Now this is powdered. This is not, looked at very hard, or what's in it, exactly what's on the labels inside the product or the bottle. Not saying there is not good products out there, but there probably is, and most of them, I won't say anything bad about people. But at that point, we want to look at, the transportation rate getting in the body and absorbency. So when we take in an oral product, we have to go down through the gastro tract, have a breakdown, stuff like that. Absorbency-wise, you're talking about 15 to 20%. And that's being very generous on some of these different things. Now, the other way to get this, it would be injectable or IV. So IM, intramuscular, subcutaneous, you can do it. Or you can do it by intravenous, right? Well, that's not really practical for the everyday person to give themselves an IV. Or have their girlfriend or whoever it is give themselves an IV. Unless you're a doctor or medical, you're in this type of environment every day. And I don't even give myself an IV every day, right? I don't even get an IV every day. It's maybe once or twice a week if I'm lucky. But at that point, that's usually not even in the cards for somebody. So the best way afterwards would be injectable. And the reason is because this is made in a pharmacy, right? We know exactly what you're getting, exactly going to be in the bottle. But next we looked at absorbency. You're talking about 70% or higher, okay? So there's not a strict number, a factual number that people can say, you're getting 99% of this, okay? Because that's not true. So we're getting 70% or higher. Now, you're getting the transportation rate, getting into the bloodstream as fast as possible. So when we do that, when you're injecting a muscular or subcutaneous, it's going to get absorbed and it's going to go directly in. And if you're getting IV, it's going directly in a vein. So, you know the story about that. You're talking about 90% or higher with that. So at that point, the best way to do it would be injecting it and to have it prescribed medically, right? So somebody's looking over you, monitoring things, and made in a pharmacy, an FDA or U.S. licensed pharmacy, okay? Or an FDA outsourcing facility. And at that point, when you get these different things, they're going to be a lot better for you. You're going to feel a lot more out of it. So your absorbency's there, transportation rate's there, and you're going to be able to feel this, and it's going to be a lot better for you. So that's really where you're getting the benefits of these different things, and you'll feel it. So you're definitely going to, you're not going to be like stimulant. It's not a stimulant in this blend, but it's going to help process fats through the liver faster, which is going to give you a better result. It's going to give you more natural energy. It's going to help you lose weight, right? It's also going to help you gain lean muscle mass or hold on to the muscle that you have so you don't go into a catabolic effect. So these are just some of the different benefits, and L-carnitine for weight loss, blood flow. There's a lot of different things that these things, especially combined all in one injection that you can take within 20 seconds, 30 seconds, maybe a minute after you draw it up. And at that point, you'll get all the benefits, the best absorbency, right? The fastest transportation rate. The only thing that beats this is an IV. And at that point, you guys will get a lot better results. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for results. People are taking different things, and they really don't know if it's going to work, not work. Well, listen, we can't guarantee anything here. It's kind of like a lawyer, a doctor. I can't guarantee anything. But we know at a high percentile that you're going to get great results, and you're going to feel better with this. So you might be deficient in some of these different things that you are taking by injection. And that's the reason why you want to take them. Or for daily supplementation that you're not getting from your food sources. Okay? So Titan Complete, therapy of the week. Very, very awesome therapy. It's definitely one of my favorites. Is there one with glutathione added to it? So there is. Good question. So Nectar of the Gods is pretty much like Hercules Potion, except it doesn't have ornithine in it. It doesn't have L-citrulline. It has glutathione. It has NAC in it, which are both great components, along with arginine, lysine to build the immune system, proline, L-carnitine is also in that one. So that one's a pretty stacked one too. So the difference is if you get glutathione by itself, you usually get it 200 milligrams per ml. And what does that mean if you don't know what per ml means? That means the full insulin syringe, and I think I got one here. I'll show you. Might as well show you guys, right? So the full insulin syringe, that's 1 ml. Okay? Now, if you were looking at one of these big needles here, and you won't have to take it with this, that's 1 ml. So it might look a lot more in this, but it's spread out and it's wide. So at that point, 1 ml. So you get 200 milligrams per ml in a straight glutathione blend. When it's in Nectar of the Gods, you're getting 60 milligrams per ml, but you're getting all the rest of those benefits of all the other ingredients, the amino acids and vitamins and stuff. So at that point, that's really like a daily maintenance type thing. If it's like a fatty liver or high LT ASTs for some reason, maybe you're taking oral supplementation or something, because your liver is processing everything you're taking in. At that point, it's like a protocol, maybe 14 days to 30 days, and you can take it straight. For the 60 milligrams, like I said, that's more of a daily dose. It works good with the other components in there and can be used for a number of different things. So Nectar of the Gods, good question. What's up, everybody joining us? Time Complete is no joke. Taking vitamins and supplements for years and nothing compares. Only my second week and already feeling remarkably more awake and alert. Thank you, John. Scott, you're very welcome. It's just funny. We were talking about this just a second ago. I just told Art, I said, listen, he told me you've been training more than ever. And I said, you know what? He's probably feeling it right about now, too. Everything's kicking in for him. Everything's feeling good. He's probably working good. So I am so glad to hear that. It's awesome. It's very, very cool. Keep on the path, Scott. Keep on that path. You're killing it. You're going to kill it even more. So I'm very, very proud. So thank you for commenting on that. So Scott said that he's been taking supplementation and vitamins for years. I did too. Before I owned Titan. I didn't have all the good stuff like this. And at that point, you go in GNC, or I don't even want to name them by name, but you go into a big box store that sells supplements. Whether it be a natural organic store or whatever it is. Vitamin Shop, any of the other ones, right? And it's not them. They're just selling products. But you go in there and it's like, you have all these different things. You have somebody behind the counter that, listen, let's be honest, they're getting a percentage of the sale and they might not know everything about it. So at that point, it's like, man, I'm spending like $200, $300 on supplements a month. And I think I'm gaining some weight. I think I'm getting a little bit leaner. I really don't know. Whereas you will tell immediately with this, which is really, really cool. And when I seen it 8 years ago, and we've been in business for 9, it's about 8.5 years ago when I seen doing vitamin amino acids, injectables. People told me I was crazy. They said, John, you're nuts. Because we were doing testosterone replacement too, and that was my injection. Well, they're not going to want to inject. They might do the testosterone, but they're definitely not going to do those vitamin amino acids because they can just get them from over the counter and drink them. There's some problems with that too. So all the fillers, all the other additives and stuff like that, might bloat you out, might make your stomach feel not too good. You might have to go to the bathroom before your workout and stuff like that. And I'm not talking about number one. So at that point, it just sucks. It sucks all the way around. And like I said, when I see this about 8.5 years ago, people told me I was crazy. Now, I was the only clinic at one time doing this, and now there's not just because other places were doing B12 or vitamin D, but at that point, all these different, they were doing MIC and stuff like that, but never into these combinations and never for what we're using it for. And now it's just left and right. People are trying to pop up. The copycat game is there. But it's pretty funny, man. Listen, I just take it as a compliment. I just keep rolling. When you're the originator, you don't have to worry about things like that. All right. Tara Daniela, anything for hyperthyroidism? Of course. So if you have hypo or hyperthyroidism, so at that point, if it's too low or too high, you want to start looking at some different things. So the first thing that a regular doctor would probably look at putting on is levothyroxine. But what we do is nature thyroid is what we use for patients that need thyroid correction. And at that point, it balances everything out as far as that goes. And it's pretty minimal as far as any other side effects. Whereas, the other drugs out there can cause definitely some side effects. But, that can be corrected if you do have hyperthyroidism. And all these other things that we're talking about therapy-wise can help along with it naturally. So that's kind of where you want to go. All right, so a female asked me to ask you, if she had a big butt in a good way, that needle will not reach the muscle. Do they still shoot the therapy in the buttocks? Okay, so good question, Jay. Now, this was kind of put yourself in this position too. Look at, because I'm not that big, right? I'm 210 pounds. Look at somebody like Big Drew or Rodney. And if you guys don't know who these guys are massive monsters. Now, the only thing is they usually inject in muscles like deltoids or calves for Drew or something like that. These girls in the buttocks, they're going to have more subcutaneous fat. right? It just is what it is. Even if they have a muscular behind, well, I mean, if it's really shredded out, maybe not. I've seen some of the competitors and stuff like that. But a regular girl, as far as that works, squats, they're going to have some subcutaneous. Now, it will reach in most of the time. If not, if it does go subcutaneous, it's still going to absorb in. Obviously, you don't want a lump on your butt. But it will absorb. But if they're shooting, it just depends where they're shooting to in their butt. If they're going directly center and stuff like that, it might be a little bit harder to reach. But the upper right quadrant, like where you would shoot testosterone at, that would probably be a good location for a female to do that. Because honestly, we have a lot of girls that use Hercules Potion, which creates a massive pump. And we call it, pump the rump. And they literally inject in their glutes. They'll inject them, in different areas and stuff like that to make it more aesthetically pleasing. Whether they're in a bathing suit or a competition or photo shoot or just want to go out for the night, wants their dress to pop or their legs to look great. So, that's one thing it can definitely do. All right? You're welcome, Tara. No problem. Any questions you guys have, please throw them at me. I get my blood work done with your company. What is the best process to get injectable vitamins prescribed? Okay, so if you do the blood work, first thing to do is, if you want any of our therapies, is fill out the new patient paperwork. That's very, very simple, very easy. You can go on the website, fill it out on there. We can send you the paperwork. You can fill it out, print it out, fill it out. I've had people send it back to me still. Print it out, send it back. It's just crazy, which is awesome still. I'm like, man, there's different types of people out there doing things in different ways. That's cool. But that's the first step. The next step is we'll call, get you scheduled. You'll do a consult real quick with the medical provider via telemedicine, which is it's a video, video of them, it's recorded the whole 9. At that point, you can order for a whole year. You're good to go. If it was hormones, you need blood testing. IGF-1, you need blood testing. Any of our vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, you don't need any blood tests whatsoever. Okay? Because you need these things. These things are in your body, right? This is what makes your body function. There's no hormones in there. There's no stimulants in there. It's really, really good for you. So at that point, you're getting the best transportation, best bioavailability, best absorption. So it's simple and easy to do. Fill out the new patient paperwork, get it back to us. We'll schedule you real quick, get you on a visit. You can order them. The pharmacies are going to ship directly to your doorstep. Okay, we don't hold the medications here. We don't make the medications. U.S. licensed pharmacies do. So at that point, they're going to ship directly to your doorstep. You can be safe. You can stay home if you want to. And at that point, you can inject in the comfort of your own home. You can go work out afterwards, whatever you want to do. It's going to be prescribed in your name. So at that point, you guys are going to, and you always have our support. So if you have any questions, concerns, how do I inject this? What do I do? When do I do it? Hey, guys, this is going great. Guys, this is going bad. Whatever it is, you guys can call, text, or email. Got a full staff, medical providers on site. Okay, I know some places, they don't have medical providers on site, which is kind of crazy. But at that point, they're on site, ready for you. They can answer the questions, field the questions, and help you guys out so you guys can get feeling good, looking good, and performing better. That's what it's all about. I'm from Springfield, Mass. So how do I get started? Okay, so I just said this. So if you want the vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, fill out the new patient paperwork, get it back to us quickly. It's right there. Art put the link on there for Facebook, but this is on Instagram. Oh. So if this is on Instagram, you guys can go to our Titan Medical Center website. And at that point, you guys can go right to the new patient paperwork tab. You guys can fill it out electronically. You guys can print it out and fill it out. Whatever you guys like to do, fax it back, email it back. It's the world is yours when it comes to that, okay? Once we get it back, we'll schedule you in as far as a telemedicine visit, because if you're not here and you're in Massachusetts, at that point, you don't want to fly down. You want to be safe. You can do it through telemedicine, which is a video conference between you and the medical provider. You can ask them all the questions you guys want, talk about some different therapies. Maybe there's some different goals you're trying to hit. And at that point, you guys will be fine. Okay, if you did therapy before, we probably have your new patient paperwork already. So all you have to do is just call and get reestablished if that's what you need to do. Just see the medical provider real quick on your consult, and you're ready to go and ready to reorder. So you guys will be ready to rock and roll. All right? Woo! All right, this is a good show already, guys. I'm loving it. Keep it coming. All right, so hormone replacement. Let's go to this one. Secondary smoke and vaping spreading COVID-19. So I read this today, and it was kind of interesting, and they were talking about secondary smoke and people vaping being able to spread COVID-19. Now, there's no facts on this. There's no studies on this. But MDs are saying that it is more than likely able to happen and very possible. The reason is this, is that when you're exhaling, okay, and in these clouds of smoke, they can aerosol and they can have, COVID-19 droplets in there from your respiratory system. And at that point, people can go into that and they can get infected. The next thing was, and especially some of these vapors, I mean, they're taking, and there's I learned this a couple years ago. I could not believe it. There's competitions for vapors and how big of clouds they can like blow out. I was like, oh my god! I'm like, people really do this, man. I hate to see your lungs. Nothing against vaping or anything, but I'm just saying. So at that point, that can spread it. Now, what they're also saying is this: they're saying that you can breathe through a mask and exhale through a mask, but you can't smoke through a mask. I mean, I guess you could, it'd just be extra filtered, right? But at that point, they're saying that people usually pull down their mask to smoke. So this is another reason how transmission can happen of COVID-19. I guess, it's still out, and we're going to see what happens with this. I mean, hopefully we'll get over this soon, but this is just another concern. So if you're by people that are smoky, make sure you get away, okay? Just for your safety if you have not had COVID-19. All right, so hormone replacement therapy and you. This is something I can talk for hours on. So hormone replacement therapy and how beneficial it is. So if you need hormone replacement therapy, it's super beneficial for everyday quality of life, for health, and just the way you feel, look, perform, like we talk about. From libido to concentration to your metabolism. There's so many different things that hormones do. We were talking about even hyperthyroidism. Let's not even talk about testosterone. Let's talk about your thyroid and how many different things that controls, from weight, your hair. I mean, there's a lot of different things. So the body needs to be in a harmonic balance. All right. So anybody that tells you different, just is what it is. But, with hormone replacement therapy, and this is a good question. Let's Party Salinas ask this, and it goes right into what I'm going to talk about. Do you ever need to take a break from testosterone treatment? So hormone replacement therapy, because that's what it is, it's a hormone. So if you take a break from hormone replacement therapy, what's going to happen is your hormones are going to drop. They're going to drop back to where they were, or maybe a little bit lower. And you don't need to stop hormone replacement therapy. If you want to replace the hormone or make it go to the level where it needs to be, you're going to have to replace it. So no. I mean, I've been on testosterone therapy for over 10 years. And I put, if you guys look at our story on Instagram, I put a Titan transformation, kind of some pictures of me, and how far I've came. I remember testing the first time for testosterone. My levels came back at 98, and I was working out, man. I mean, I didn't feel like I had low testosterone, especially that low. I was like, oh my God. But it felt like I was in a routine every day, and I thought that was a good thing. It was like I get up, go to work, come home, go train, come back, eat, maybe hang out with the wife, and then at that point go to sleep. But man, I didn't make the gains really, really transform or get to where I wanted to be until I optimized. When I got on hormone replacement therapy and I got my levels to optimal levels and I started feeling better all the way around, like it just started coming more naturally and better, feeling better. And I'm not talking about just physically, but mentally. I call it the Walking Dead syndrome. You kind of go through your day, and just you're laser focused to get through your day. You have these responsibilities, and you get through the day, and at that point you come home and you crash. But it's like opening the blinds for the first time. So if you guys really had low testosterone and you feel like that, I always compare it to driving a 1980. Let's do this. A 1980 Corvette. Okay, Corvettes were awesome in 1980. You drive that Corvette, you keep great care and maintenance of that Corvette, oil changes, washes, everything you could possibly do to keep that car tip-top, right? And you drive it, and man, it drives great. Steering, everything is just on point. Now you get into a 2020. Wow, this is a whole different ball game. Everything is just upped. Everything feels a lot better. I mean, this is just, it drives better, way better. I never thought this. You really don't know until you actually get tested. And at that point, you really do get on a program. And then when you do that, man, it is crazy. So just a feeling of what happens. So hormone replacement therapy is very vital, I think. And what I've seen is this. Over the years, the 9 years, and I've seen thousands of blood tests. I used to sit right next to the doctors and just, see what they were doing. Like, just learn from them and learn what was going on. And at that point, like, basically, I've seen, like, it's almost an epidemic of people from males to females with disruptive hormones, lower deficient hormones. And, always the question pops up, why? Why are my hormones like this? And I'm talking about, like, 21-year-olds, girls, guys. I'm young. I eat good. I work out. I don't do anything bad. Why is this like this? And there's not really an answer. Now, there's a lot of thought that, hey, listen, it's from our food sources. It's from, the disruptive chemicals that we, might ingest or put on our skin, the toxins in the environment, right, which goes along with those chemicals. There's a lot of different things that we just don't know. Even COVID-19. So COVID-19, after, Cherie's blood tested, I've got a couple other people, and at that point, her hormones before were awesome. After, they're all shut down. Have no idea why. It's really, really crazy. So we're monitoring a couple of these different things, but there's different things out there that might do it or suppress your hormones. So feeling like that it's a direct effect of your numbers and what's going on there. So you want to optimize yourself. You want to make sure everything's optimized. Everything is optimal levels. And that's really where you're going to get the benefits of feeling better, looking better, performing better. All right, so test level is $12.99. Do I cut back or do I take the same amount? Got results back from blood tests from Titan. So if you're on hormone replacement therapy, and listen, are you feeling good? Because a number can only tell a certain story, right? And usually doctors outside of what we do, like general practitioners, stuff like that, that's all they look at is numbers. They look at the numbers, the reference range of the numbers, and if you're within that reference range, hey, you're good. You're good. Doesn't matter. And that's the problem. That's one of the problems. So from 216 to 946 is the reference range from Titan, from LabCorp, okay? And at that point, if you're at 265 with a regular general practitioner, general doctor, you're fine, but you're not going to feel fine, okay? And that's a normal number. You're within range. So, I mean, technically, you're not clinically deficient. So they usually pat you on your back. You say, listen, you're just getting old, okay? And if you're having libido issues, you give you some Viagra or Cialis. And, if you're depressed, we're going to give you some antidepressants. So at that point, listen, if you're feeling good at that number, $12.99, because that's not like crazy high. On the reference range from LabCorp, it goes to $1,500 above. But at $12.99, listen, it just depends when you took the blood test from when you took the injection too. Because if you hit your peak, when that ester hits, basically your testosterone is going to spike, and then it's going to go down, go down, go down, and go down until your next injection. It's going to go down, go down, go down until your next injection. So if you feel good at $12.99, and all the numbers are good, you're not having any issues, listen, man, that's a good number for you, all right? And somebody else, they can feel good at $10.99, So at that point, you really have nothing to worry about at $12.99. Above $1,500 and above, you might want to lower the dose a little bit. Or, hey, listen, if it's nothing crazy and you're doing other tests to make sure that everything's intact in the body and everything's working right, it is what it is, okay? All right. What up, O'Neill? How you doing? Nice to see you. Hi, Titan. How are we doing today? Doing good, brother. Hope you're doing great. What is in Serenity? Do you get great sleep to recover and make gains, which happens while sleeping? So, Titan Serenity. So this is a good one. So we were just talking about this today too. Titan Serenity has L-theanine, it has taurine, it has magnesium. So L-theanine we know is going to relax you. It's good for getting relaxed, calming down, and getting good sleep patterns. Along with magnesium. Magnesium lets you relax too. It's good for the distributing of hormones. A lot of different things go with magnesium too as well. Taurine's going to help with brain function, so you're waking up the next day and you're ready to rock and roll with good recovered rest. If you're not getting good sleep, this is a good one to do. Now, this is not going to knock you out. This is not some sleeping pill or anything like that. It's going to relax you so you can get, a good night's rest. If you're having other problems with that, there are some different peptides out there, like Semerone or CJC 1295 that can help with sleep and then recovery, like you were talking about there. So at that point, that might be something to look at, but Serenity is a good one. With those three components alone, They're really, really good. So that might be a good one for you to look at. All right. Doing good today. Doing good. I hope you're doing good. All right, Matt Morales. All right, thanks. Yes, feeling my best ever at 50 years old. That's what I like to hear. At 50 years old, man, feeling your best. I want to feel the best at 50 years old. So, I got about 10 years to go. I hope that I feel like you do at 50 and feeling excellent, ready to rock and roll. This is what it is. Like I said, I've been on for 10 years. So at that point, another 10, I'll be at 20 years on HRT at that point. Wow. Crazy. What's shelf like on Titan Serenity? Shelf life is good. They have a BUD date, best used date, okay? But if the bottle's not cracked, it's probably going to be okay. It's definitely going to be okay to inject. Concentration rates, they can fall a little bit, I guess, but, we don't think they're going to fall that much on that. So, Mark, I think you're going to be good to go. Just depends on how old it is. What up, Janine? Big shout out to Janine Lankowski, IBB Pro. She was in the Tampa Pro this week. She represented Titan 2, which was awesome. She won. She did some good stuff. We had some good athletes doing some great things out there. So big shout to Janine Lakowski. If you guys need a posing coach and you're in the area, hit her up. She's one of the best. All right, so we talked about hormone replacement therapy and you. So hormone replacement therapy, you definitely want a blood test. If you think something's going on, if you're fatigued, you're not recovering good, you're getting bad sleep, right? Libido, concentration, you don't think metabolism's working good, or just, you're doing everything right, you're eating right, you're exercising properly, you're doing good stuff, and you're not getting those results, you're getting very slow or plateauing, you might want to look at your hormones, okay? And for guys and girls, we have the exact same hormones, but they need to be balanced a little bit different, and we need a little bit more of one thing as a guy, and girls need a little bit more of other hormones as being females. So at that point, we can help you out nationwide in any of our services, from blood testing nationwide, hormone replacement therapy nationwide for males and females, and vitamin and amino acid injectable therapies, libido enhancing therapies, those bedroom enhancing therapies you might not need, but you want to be Superman or Supergirl and you want to go in there and rock their world like a superhero, look those up. We have detoxification therapies like glutathione, which is great for your vital organs, especially your liver. It's a super antioxidant. Awesome. Peptides. Peptides are awesome. There's a whole bunch of different peptides out there for you guys to use to get a number of different results. They're awesome. So check out the peptides that we have. I already said, primary care. So if you guys need cholesterol medication, you guys need primary care services, we can help you out with that nationwide as well. So if you guys need any of that, please call or text 727-389-3220. If you guys are on there, please press share on Facebook. Please tag a couple people on Instagram so they can come and check this out. I really appreciate it. All right, so large study finds marijuana smokers using during pregnancies are 1.5 times more to have children with autism than women that did not. So if you smoke marijuana and you're pregnant, you're 1.5 times more likely to have a child with autism. This study was done in Canada. All right, there's been multiple studies on women smoking marijuana while pregnant, and there was a couple linked to, some of the birth weight and stuff like that being lower and stuff like that. But this study actually showed 1.5 times more likely to have autism if you're smoking marijuana while you're pregnant. I wouldn't recommend marijuana while you're pregnant, just like alcohol. Alcohol can obviously cause birth defects or any other painkillers out there or any other drugs, illicit. Now, do I think of marijuana as a drug? No, I really don't. I think it really is medication. But with medications, some can have side effects, even like Accutane. All right, so Accutane you can't take while you're pregnant either. It'll cause birth defects, and that's for acne. So at that point, we really got to look at what we're doing while women are pregnant. Guys, we don't have to worry about this. Women, we do. Or you do, I should say. And at that point, it's really not worth it. Your child should get the best chance at life you could possibly give them. So it's like almost a form of abuse if you do this to them. So please, guys, don't smoke marijuana while you're pregnant. 1.5 times more likely to have a child with autism. And that's kind of crazy, right? 1.5 times. That's a lot, man. So please, if you know somebody that's doing that, tell them to stop immediately. All right, 3 things that can degrade your body's immune function. So this is a pretty good one. So we're looking at, obviously, everybody wants to boost their immune system right now with coronavirus and everything else that's out there. And let's not just think about coronavirus, let's think about all the other viruses and bacterial infections that you guys can get. So we want to have a strong immune system. And we have a lot of different things that breaks down our immune system or stresses our immune system every day. But there's things you guys can do to prevent, breaking it down or stress on it even more. And let's just talk about 3 of these things right now. The first one is pop or soda pop, right? From the north, I call it pop. People call it soda down here, or soda here, whatever. Same thing, soda pop, right? And what I mean by this, like colas, right? Like, Sprites or 7-Ups or Coca-Cola or Pepsi or whatever it is. Why? Because these are full of sugar, right? They're full of, not even sugar, high fructose corn syrup, like sugar substitutes, right? Carbonation, all these different things. What these things do is they actually lower your immune function. They're bad for you. Excess sugar consumption can also increase inflammation in the body and compromise one's ability to fight illness too as well. Inflammation is horrible in a number of different ways. We do not want inflammation, and excessive sugar can do that, or these sugar substitutes that raise your glucose levels, which can cause diabetes too as well, which is also a big factor in your health. All right. The next one, alcoholic beverages. Now, you're going to say, well, I can't have a drink. Well, honestly, you can. So you can have a glass of red wine every day. And that's good for HDL, which is good cholesterol. But when we're talking about alcohol consumption, we're talking about excessive amounts of alcohol or going out binge drinking on the regular. If you're drinking one day, the wedding or something like that, hey, listen, I do it. I'm going to live a balanced life. I only got one life. I'm going to live like I want to live. But I'm going to remember in the back of my mind, this might cause my immune system to break down, or I might not feel as good. And if you guys know, like, once you hit a certain age, I don't know, once I hit a certain age, like, I don't want to feel bad the next day. I mean, I've got all the good stuff to, like, fix me up, but I just don't want to feel bad the next day, so I don't really drink a lot. Plus, for muscle recovery and all that different things, it can affect that too as well. But specifically, it breaks down the immune function, right? And decline your body's ability to fight illness can make you susceptible to a number of different things like pneumonia, lung conditions, slower wound healing, and slow recovery from the illness, whatever it is. So guys, please, if you guys are going to drink responsibly. I know when we're younger, like in our 20s, man, I used to go out all the time and drink the next day, wake up like a champ and ready to go again. But, over time, experience, you learn a lot more, and obviously more information comes out about what's going on. So those are the 3 things you should stay away from because you guys want to have a good immune system. The third thing, frozen meals. Okay. So basically what this breaks down to be is that, and I don't think a lot of people eat frozen meals. I don't know though. I don't eat frozen meals. I don't get my son frozen meals or anything like that. But there might be some of you guys that get Hungry Helpers or whatever it is, right? So we don't want you guys, or Lunchables, specifically Lunchables. Man, I remember giving Peter Lunchables to go to school. And man, I was like, I'm not doing this no more. I'm going to make him a sandwich. I'm going to make him something that's nutritious. He used to get it, like, it was just fast. He liked it and stuff like that. I'm like, nah, we're not doing this no more. No more Lunchables. And why? High in sodium. Very, very processed, all the different things from the cheese-like food in there to, the meat that it's super high in sodium. And at that point, you're not getting a lot of nutrients. So, you don't want that. Unprocessed food is the best route to go. Now, there are 2, main ones out there that I kind of looked at. And it was Dr. Prager's and Daily Harvest. And those meals look pretty good as far as that. As far as, now you read the label, nutrition factors on there and stuff like that. It didn't look too bad. Would I eat them? Probably not. But if you guys are out there and you guys are eating them, this might be a good substitute for what you guys want to do. All right. What's up, Ileana? How you doing, Lushman? How you guys doing? All right. So we talked about hormones. We talked about our Titan Complete Therapy of the Week. Secondary smoke and vaping spreading COVID-19. Study marijuana causing 1.5 times a person to give birth to autism, to a child of autism. So that's kind of messed up. 3 things that degrade the body's immune function. sugary soda pops. It's funny to say. Alcohol or excessive alcohol consumption, and frozen meals or packaged meals. Really make sure you guys know nutritional facts on these things. You know what you guys are looking at. You know, it was really crazy. I'll give you a really, really crazy example of how they hide these things. I couldn't believe it. All right, so I don't drink tea. I've never drank tea. It just is what it is. Sharice drinks tea sometimes. My dad drinks tea sometimes. So my dad gave Peter tea, right? Who's my son. He's 11 years old. And, I started looking at some of the tea. I'm like, nah, man. Like, don't give him this tea ever again. So he's like, well, Peter's like, can I have a tea or whatever? I was like, all right, let me look at some teas. So my dad brought home some other teas, right? And then I look at the label. Label looks awesome. It looked awesome. I was like, all right, cool. I was like, this looks pretty good. And, usually I'm looking everywhere on this thing, all over the place. I didn't see anything bad at it, right? Sharice took a look at it, and I just taught her, look at labels. She's really detailed and things like that. She sees in, print this big. Literally, this big on the bottom. It was like that, that mini print you see. It was micro-printed, and it was 60 milligrams of caffeine per serving. I think the thing had 2 or 3 servings in it. I was like, heck no. You don't want to start your kid out on caffeine. Right. You don't want to do that. You do not want to do that. I've seen in airports, I've literally sat there. I took a picture of it. I didn't want to post it, but I seen this mom and this baby. This baby had to be literally 2 years old. Take the mom's Starbucks cup and start drinking this thing. I was like, oh my God, there's no way ever I would do this. So you don't want that. It's not good for your kids to start them out on caffeine, especially every day, or if it's a tea that they think is going to be good for them. All right, then they're like, oh, this is good for you. I'm going to drink this down. Like, no, it's not good for you. Plus, they'll be cracked out. You don't want that too. You want them to go to bed. So it is what it is. All right, so Chicago is out of control. So I'm from up north, right? I got friends that live downtown, had a condo, Lakeshore and Sheridan, which is downtown Michigan Ave. And Chicago, especially yesterday, got destroyed. Millennial Mile. So if you don't know what Millennial Mile is, that's the most uppity, shopping area. You would never see anything like that happen there ever. And this place got destroyed. I watched them going to Tesla and Ray Tesla. Those guys were going to get solar panels and self-driving cars. I mean, they were going crazy, man. I mean, crazy. So, I mean, you see them raid this place and just criminal activity. It's just been crazy. So they're rioting. 100 people, I think, got arrested. I think it was 15 officers got hurt. 13 officers got hurt. And what happened was the police shot somebody that had a gun, and a rumor got out that he was unarmed, and then people just got crazy, and they said, we're going to start looting and rioting again. So at that point, man, it's great. They started raising the bridges so people couldn't go to these different areas, and I was telling Art, it reminded me of Batman. So in Batman, if you guys don't know, in one of the movies, they basically raised these bridges because they didn't want anybody getting out, right, or getting in. So it was just crazy. But yeah, so I mean, some of these different areas, God bless that we live here in Florida, because we haven't had anything bad like this. We had a couple bad nights, I think, in the beginning when George Floyd died. And at that point, we haven't had any problems like right now recently. So God bless that. I hope they get their act together up there. And those brave cops, I hope you guys are protected up there and doing your thing. All right. What up, DJ? How you doing? DJ SR Vaping Life. So we were just talking about vaping. It's really funny. What up, Tara? How you doing? All right. So the last thing. So, until our news poll. So Sturgis. So if you guys don't know what Sturgis is, Sturgis, right, South Dakota. Town's really famous for these motorcycle rallies. They do them every year. Huge event. Never been there. But I've had some Titanheads work as bartenders there. In some of the bars. It's a huge rally. 250,000 people there right now. Excuse me. And most of the people there aren't wearing masks. They're not social distancing. They don't care. I mean, at that point, people are going to do what they want to do. I mean, it's really crazy. So we'll see if they're saying this is going to be a super spreader event. We'll see if that happens and stuff like that. But the rally they didn't stop anything at all. I mean, which is kind of cool, I guess. But, I mean, kind of bad. I mean, we don't want anything else getting spread. But at that point, we're going to see if this really is a super spreader event in 2 weeks. because we've been on the downturn with this thing. So we'll see. In South Dakota, I think they've been pretty good in their state as far as numbers of COVID.
They only have 7,000 residents.
7,000 residents and 250,000 visitors. Holy cow. That's crazy. With South Dakota, I understand why Sturgis want to do this. Sturgis is a small town. So Sturgis looks like their economy is based on this rally and these different events that they throw like this. So I understand. I did have signs up there, social distancing, respect others. From the outside looking in, they were trying to do their part, some of these businesses and stuff like that, but you're not going to make people do anything. I just read on the way over here, because I just got done working out and wanted to come over here for the show, is at this literally the Sesame Street character, went up to somebody, like, hey, we put the mask on, they got punched in the face.
What?
For real. A Sesame Street character gets punched in the face by somebody. I mean, are we for real? I mean, listen, if you don't want to wear a mask, that's your decision, totally. Somebody's going to try to put it in your face, and I think you can defend yourself. To try to punch somebody, to shoot somebody, because that's happened, and killed somebody because somebody tells you to put on a mask, I think is a little overboard. I think it's a little crazy in the things that are going on right now. I mean, like, literally. Like, if... yeah, I was trying to find this right now. It's literally up there. Literally, like, gets punched in the face. It's nuts.
Wow, I can't find it. Yeah, I believe you.
Oh no. I'll find it for you after this for sure. And we're gonna talk about. We'll talk this on Titan Lifestyle with Big Drew. It's that good. It's definitely that good. All right. So let's get on to the Titan newsletter poll. And if you guys want to be included on this poll, then all you guys got to do is text Titan Medical to the number 22828. All you guys got to do is text Titan Medical, the name Titan Medical, to the number 22828. You guys will be automatically included on the next newsletter and those going forth. And you guys will be seeing these polls, maybe discounts on therapies, new therapies or therapies of the week, our events, and all the cool content the Titan Medical Center has to offer. Okay? So please, enlist yourselves. Be a Titan today. All right? So let's go on to the question or the poll. Have you ever tried our all-in-one injectable amino acid and vitamin therapy, Titan Complete? So it's pretty cool because it was a therapy of the week. 53% said yes. Awesome. So more than half of the people on the newsletter poll said yes, I've already tried this or tried it. All right. 35% said no. Okay, so we gotta talk to those people and see what's going on, see what they're doing, and see if they might want to try it because it will probably help them in day to day. And then 0%, I don't know what's in it. Wow. Okay, that's pretty good. So people know what's in it. They can actually go to the website if they want to know what's in it. It's right there. No, not yet, but I plan on it. 10.7%. So we got people out there that definitely want to try it, definitely want to do it. They're definitely going to get some good results with it. I mean, my two favorite vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, if I had to pick two, because I like more than two, would be Titan Complete and Hercules Potion. Those two, they cover a number of different range of ingredients as far as vitamins and amino acids and stuff like that. As far as the benefit portion of it, those two, the top, because you take Titan Complete in the morning when you get up, you get that natural energy, you get your metabolism boosted, you're processing fats faster through the body, you got branched chain amino acids in there ready to rock and roll, L-carnitine's flowing, and then you have Hercules Potion. You can do that before any training or strenuous exercise. You can do it if you were just going to walk a Disney park or you had something to do that was, going to be intense, right? And at that point, you can inject that, get the benefits of that, and you're getting, like I said, all those ingredients for both injectable therapies, and you're basically utilizing them to do different things for you guys to get better results. So, big shout out to you guys that want to try Titan Complete. If you see this and you want to try Titan Complete, I'll give you an extra $25 off. So if you guys see this video, you guys say, listen, I see it in Giants Titan Talk. He told me I'm going to get an extra $25 off. All right? And I'll back it. I'll prove it so you guys can get something. All right? My wife is doing a lot better. Thank you guys for asking. I appreciate it. She's about 75% back to her old self. So, she's going crazy on people. No, just joking. But yeah, she's doing better. Thank you guys for asking. I really appreciate it. What up, Stacy?
One last thing. You ready?
What do we got?
We forgot about.
Oh, our events. Okay, so events. So this weekend especially, so Titan Medical Center is getting back to events because we're getting back to some sort of normalcy or whatever it is. I don't care if we got to wear a mask, whatever it is. At least we're getting back to something. So this weekend, the Titan Squad, me, Sharice, Drew, Art, Jen, Eva, maybe some more Titans or Titanettes are going to be out there. Meech is going to be out there. We're going to be representing in Orlando, right? Friday, we'll be leaving Sunday. But Saturday is the event. It is the Florida State Championship. And this is Deke Warner who's put it on. We've been the title sponsor of this now for a couple years. It's going to be a little bit different this year, but hopefully not too different. And it's going to be a great event. So if you guys are in Orlando, come check it out. It's going to be at the Rosen Plaza Hotel, right? So if you guys want to come check it out, see the Titan crew, maybe get some Titan gear, shirt, tank top, leggings, maybe some exclusive Nike stuff. You never know. Maybe a jumpsuit. I don't know. We'll see what we got out there for you guys. I want you guys to come by the booth, say hello, take a picture with us, hang out for a minute, and just have some fun, man. Listen, that's what it's all about. So we're going to see some of our great competitors out there rocking and rolling. We're going to be interacting with people, spreading the good word of Titan Medical Center and what we do, because even to this day, people ask me what we do, which is cool. That's fine. I'll tell you guys a million times. It's no sweat on my back. But we will be there in full effect. All right, guys? So come check us out this Saturday. All right, so that's the end of this great Titan Talk. Thank you guys for tuning in with me every Tuesday, asking the questions. If you guys have any questions, please, you guys can either save for Titan Talk Tuesday and ask me live, or you guys can DM us and ask us, or call or text us, however you guys want to do it. So thank you guys again. If you guys are on Facebook, please share this. Instagram, please tag a couple people at whatever their name is. YouTube, go there, subscribe. Press the notifications button, the little bell, all notifications, so you guys get all the cool content that we're producing. There's so much in there. It's crazy. I think it was like 550 videos or something like that. Went over it today. It's really, really nuts. All kinds of stuff, from videos of me injecting or showing you guys how to inject different therapies, us talking about the numerous different therapies we offer, from vitamin amino acids to peptides to hormone replacement therapy, just cool lifestyle videos, some of the different events we've done, and a lot more. So go subscribe right now. Also, guys, if you guys are always on the run like I am, and you might not be able to watch all the time, hey, listen, go to the podcast. We have these so you guys can put in your earbuds, put it on your radio and Bluetooth, and listen to these episodes through your ears. And you won't have to watch me, you won't have to look at my ugly mug, but you guys can at least listen to me and educate yourselves or get some good information about our therapies. All right, guys? So go check that out. Wherever podcasts are downloaded, you guys can download the Titan Talk Tuesday or Titan Lifestyle podcast. Okay, guys? I'll be with Big Drew. We'll be at our special location Friday down in Orlando. So we're going to have some different scenery here for you guys on Instagram. Facebook, you guys get all the good graphics. So we're going to have one solid piece out there for you guys. We're going to do a lot of different videos out there, a lot of different cool things. All right, guys? We're also going to train at a gym out there. So if you're in Orlando or around the area, let us know. We'll tell you guys what gym we're going to be at and go work out at. And at that point, maybe you guys can train with us or maybe get a t-shirt or something like that, or just ask a couple questions. All right, guys. It's been a great Titan Talk. I'll see you guys Friday with Big Drew, Titan Lifestyle. And always, Sunday, the Titan Medical Health and Lifestyle Show on ABC. If you guys are in Florida, check it out on Facebook. It'll be there at 11 a.m. All right, guys. Thank you again. I'm John from Titan, and I'm out.